Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new speed test. It's time to do a speed test comparison between the iPhone 14 Pro Max versus the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. Z Fold 4 is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 SoC with a 12 GB of RAM, while the iPhone 14 Pro Max has an Apple A16 Bionic SoC with 6 GB of RAM. So on the back we have a triple cameras, and iPhone has a 48 megapixel with a sensor shift OIS main camera. Then we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 12 megapixel telephoto lens which give you a 3x optical zoom with OIS, while on the another hand Samsung Z Fold 4 has a 50 megapixel f1.8 aperture with optical image stabilization main camera. Then we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 10 megapixel telephoto lens which give you a 3x optical zoom with OIS. On the iPhone 14 Pro Max we have a dual ion glass, while on the Samsung Z Fold 4 we have a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on the back as well as on the front. Again, this is a folding phone, so on the center we have armor aluminum hinge on the Samsung Z Fold 4 versus a stainless steel on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is much stronger. Also on the bottom, as you can see, no headphone jack on both these two devices, and both devices also support stereo speakers. So I am very excited to see that how is the Apple A16 is gonna stack up against the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 inside the Z Fold 4. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. So guys, now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Here we go. So logos came up first on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and iPhone is running on iOS 16.3.1 while Samsung is running on Samsung One UI 5.1, which is based on Android 13. So latest softwares on both phones. So iPhone 14 Pro Max faster when it comes to booting up, while the Samsung Z Fold 4 still is taking a lot of time. Now the Z Fold 4 also done as well, so we have a 4 or 5 second difference between these two devices when it comes to booting up. And guys, now let's talk about the displays between these two devices. So iPhone 14 Pro Max has a 6.7 inch over Full HD Plus Super Retina XDR OLED display with LTPO 120Hz refresh rate with HDR10+ support and Dolby Vision as well, while on the another hand, and the cover display on the Samsung Z Fold 4 is a 6.2 inch dynamic AMOLED with LTPO 120Hz refresh rate with a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus support, while the inner display it is a 7.6 inch over Quad HD Plus foldable dynamic AMOLED with LTPO 120Hz refresh rate. Also we have HDR10+ support, and the display it is much wider, much larger as compared to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Also, as you can see, the iPhone 14 Pro Max has a dynamic island on the top, as you can see, which has some useful features, while on the another hand Samsung Z Fold 4 is give you under display camera. As you can see that right there, but it is the under display camera, so you cannot see the under display camera all the time. Also the bezels it is more smaller on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Again, this is a normal smartphone and this is a foldable smartphone, so as you can see it folds like this. Also the hinge it is one of the best in the industry, as you can see, no issue, and the hinge works absolutely fine, no issue in that area. So guys, everything's closed up in the background, no app is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones, and the first application we have is the phone dialer, that is very similar. So next on the list is settings, that is also very similar. Again, we have a foldable display, so the menu in the settings it is much more comfortable on the Z Fold 4 because we have a wider display. So iPhone and Z Fold 4 both devices has a LTPO 120Hz refresh rate, as you can see. So now check out some more apps. Now let's start off with the Amazon shopping with same Wi-Fi network. So the Z Fold 4 is a tiny bit faster. So now let's see scrolling, that is feels really smooth on both phones. Z Fold 4 has a fast scrolling fees. So now let's open this, that one is also very similar. So now check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 A16. So the Z Fold 4 is a tiny bit faster. Again, you guys the judge of the speed test. Now let's open Pinout. It is also very similar, as you can see. Now let's check out Snapchat. That one faster on the Z Fold 4. Spotify. iPhone is faster. Subway Surfer. In terms of the gaming department, the Z Fold 4 is much more immersive as compared to the iPhone. So you can see iPhone is a tiny bit faster, but it is not a big difference. Let's see Temper 2, and let's see in that game which one faster. So the Samsung Z Fold 4 is taking the lead in terms of loading up the Temper 2. So you can see this time we have a 2-second difference. Now let's open this big game which is called as PUBG Mobile. Again we have a Apple A16 with Apple 5-core GPU versus Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. So iPhone 14 Pro Max is way faster as you can see. You can see more content on the Z Fold 4 in the display as compared to the iPhone, but still iPhone 14 Pro Max is a much better device in terms of the gaming wise as compared to the Samsung Z Fold 4. Now let's opening up the Twitter, and that one faster on the very similar performance. Now let's open Zedge, and that one faster. Z Fold 4. iPhone is taking a lot of time always. So let's see scrolling, and that is pretty smooth on both phones as you can see. 120Hz is a buttery smooth on both phones. So last time I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. So let's see which one is open the camera faster. So iPhone 14 Pro Max is much faster as compared to the Samsung Z Fold 4. Okay guys, now check out internet browsing speed. So I am using the default Samsung internet browser on the Samsung Z Fold 4 versus a Safari internet browser on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So now let's open wikipedia.org. Now let's open this at the same time, and that is very similar. Scrolling feels absolutely smooth on both phones, no jitters, anything like that. Next on the list is Samsung.com. That one it is super fast on the Samsung Z Fold 4 as you can see. So now let's see scrolling feels really smooth on both phones, and you can see. So now check out RAM management. So Samsung Z Fold 4 has a 12 GB of RAM, while the iPhone 14 Pro Max only has a 6 GB of RAM. So let's see who is performed good in the RAM management. Phone dialer. Settings still there. Amazon shopping. Let's see Candy Crush Saga still there. Pinout. Snapchat. Spotify. Subway Surfer. Let's see Temper 2 still there. RAM management performance, it is really good on both phones. Again, you can see the gaming experience on both phones much better on the iPhone 14 Pro on the Samsung Z Fold 4. I mean, let's say PUBG Mobile still there. So now let's opening up the Twitter, Zedge, and last we're back to the internet browser as you can see. And guys, what I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and both is perform head to head in the speedest battle, but in games the iPhone 14 Pro Max is taking the lead. iPhone is a more powerful device overall than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. So in terms of the RAM device in that area, and both devices is perform excellent in the RAM management, not a single refresh on both phones. Now let's talk about the battery sizes. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max has a 4323 mAh battery size with a 20 watt fast charging support, no charger in the box, while on the other hand Z Fold 4 also has a 4400 mAh battery size with a 25 watt fast charging support but no charger in the box. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this video. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos like this, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.